Good morning and welcome to Ken's Bulls and Bears Report. My guests today are Dr. Bill Andrews from Sierra Sciences and Saylor Storm, the novelist. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Glad to be here today. Thanks.
It's good to see you. Please remember, opinions expressed here for educational purposes. For specific investment advice, consult your own advisor. Today we're going to focus on anti-aging, some of the products, and we'll discuss some of the publicly traded stocks that are out there in the anti-aging area, the amount of money spent globally, which is substantial. And there's a fund, an exchange-traded fund that has a pretty good package of publicly traded companies that focus on anti-aging. So we'll get started on that today. Bill, once again, appreciate it. What's Sierra Sciences about, and what kind of progress are you making in the anti-aging research? I know you've been dedicated to this research for many years now.
Yes, I've been interested in anti-aging actually since I was 10 years old, when my father first persuaded me to get into take that up as a challenge.
Wow.
There's a movie called The Immortalist that stars me and Aubrey de Grey. Actually almost won an Oscar, and it interviews my father and talks about the days back when I was 10 years old when he told me, Bill, since you're so interested in science and aging, you should grow up, become a doctor, and find a cure for aging. He said he didn't know why anybody hadn't done that. So I thought it'd be easy, but one of the first things I learned, especially through high school and college, was the field of anti-aging has more charlatans and quacks than any field I've ever seen before. And so,
Interesting.
it's like there is so much, I want to say four-letter words, but crap, I guess, is the best one I can come up with right now.
Okay.
There's so much crap out there on the anti-aging that nothing actually works. And so, but people are buying it like galore. A lot of things will actually make you look younger temporarily.
I see.
It's just an appearance thing. Next morning you wake up, it's back to the same old thing.
Okay.
So I made a commitment to myself that I wanted to really understand what aging was, and I wanted to find a way to actually really treat it, not just come up with kind of a camouflage.
Uh-huh.
And so the biggest problem was first trying to figure out what causes aging, and most of the theories on aging didn't make sense to me. It's like I've always said that all the twos and twos have to add up, or it doesn't make sense. So most of the theories, like on why we age, we're saying that we age because of exposure to the environment. People like to make it sound like we were just no different than old trucks sitting in a field. And we're exposed to the wind, the sun, the rain, the weather. But that didn't make sense to me, because why is it that people who live in the North and South Poles age at the same rate as people who live on the equator? And more importantly, why is it that cats and dogs age at different rates than humans when they're in the exact same environment? It couldn't be just an environment thing. I said to myself, even when I was in high school, there has to be some kind of clock that's ticking inside of people that's controlling the aging process. And in cats and dogs and other animals, the clock is just set differently. Well, so it was very frustrating. And I interviewed at all types of labs to do research, but I decided that all of them were on the wrong track. So I went into cancer research, heart disease research, and inflammation research after I got my PhD. But it was in 1992 that I learned that there is a clock. There's a clock called telomeres.
Okay.
And it's the very tips of your chromosomes, and they get shorter as you age. The thing that I heard was in, I think, late 1992 at a conference, actually in Lake Tahoe, California, at the Grand Labakan Hotel. They had a conference, and a speaker spoke about how telomeres get shorter as you age. Telomeres, as I said, are the very tips of your chromosomes. Think of them like caps on your shoelaces. Think of chromosomes as long shoelaces, and the caps on your shoelaces are called telomeres on your chromosomes. So these get shorter as you age, but everybody thought these were more a result of aging, just like in your shoelaces getting shorter, not a cause of aging. So I had already had a tremendous success in cancer research, heart disease research, and inflammation research, and even multiple sclerosis and other related targets. So I went up to the scientist and said, I'd like to come and work with you. And he said, sure, right away. And the shortest job interview I've ever had, but I've been focusing on looking at telomeres ever since.
Okay. And go ahead.
And you've had some success.
Yeah, no, so within 3 months after working with this guy, I discovered an enzyme called telomerase that lengthens telomeres. I was able to then put that enzyme into normal skin cells and show that the skin cells not only stopped aging, but they actually got younger in every way imaginable. Now, you hear all kinds of stuff in the news about people discovering cures for aging. You've heard it in the resveratrol stuff. You've heard it in
Sure.
the NAD stuff. But all those things all they do is make older animals, mice, more energetic.
Okay.
And there's actually no data showing actually that it really works in humans yet.
Okay.
But they're making billions of dollars selling these products. But when we lengthen telomeres, we found aging reversed in every way imaginable. And the real coup de grace experiments, which was the best proof of concept I've ever heard of, was where Dr. Rhonda Pino at Harvard, using our technology, had lengthened telomeres in really old mice, and they got younger in every way imaginable. They could reproduce again, they could remember things, that their dementia was reversed, which was a big, big thing. It's now, I've even gone to other medical conferences and heard other doctors say the same thing. It's now thought that dementia might not be the loss of memory as much as it is the loss of access to the memory. So the memories might still be there, and so lengthening telomeres might be a way of reversing Alzheimer's in patients, in humans, and other forms of dementia.
Okay.
Good.
Stay tuned. We're going to take a real quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more